Ramo Niminen. I have watched several episodes of your podcast, and I find it informative and thought-provoking. I would like your thoughts in regards to Soviet communism, specifically Stalinism in terms of destructive cults. As I've understood that system, it had the rigid doctrine, thought control, surveillance, infallible leader, etc., just as many destructive religious cults and Scientology you have talked about. I think Stalin was a true believer who tried to advance the cause of Soviet communism, but he was crippled by his issues and personality, as opposed to David Miscavige, who to me at least seems to be totally cynical about the cause, only in it for what he can get out of it. Now, this is an interesting question. Okay, God, a lot here. So first off, yes, I do think that communism as expressed in Soviet Russia, which was not any kind of textbook definition of communism, but it is what people understood now to be communism, because it's how it manifested itself most dramatically and tried to take over the world, literally. So it was a threat. It was a danger to a great many people. This was a country that was and is armed with nuclear weapons, and we were close to mutual annihilation a couple times. So this was a big deal. And the whole survival of the entire world literally did rest on what this group, Soviet Russia, was going to do and how America, of course, was going to respond. So I look at that culture and that government system and the way that that country was run during that time period very similarly to how I look at North Korea now. And I have made it very clear, in fact, I've done whole podcasts on why I think North Korea is the largest destructive cult in the world, or one of them, right? It's literally an entire country that is, subsumed in this cult situation, this sort of cult of personality with Kim Jong-un and the Un family, or Kim family, or however you want to call it. The guy is a total tyrant. It violates people's human rights left, right, and center. And he was raised in that situation. I mean, he's third-gen leader, you know what I mean? So I'm kind of like, I don't have any question as to why he's that way. But I can still look at what he's doing and go, this is, just because you understand why something is that way doesn't mean you have to agree with it or tolerate it. So, so I think the same thing of Russia. And I think whether, you mentioned Stalin was a true believer, really trying to make Russia a better place. Well, maybe that's true in the beginning. But by the end, I don't think that's where that guy's head was at any more than I think L. Ron Hubbard's head was in a good place when he died. Yet at the beginning, he did have some ideas of helping other people. It was, buried under a whole lot of narcissism and conning and financial robbery, But Hubbard did have, sparks of wanting to help other people. Maybe Stalin did too. I don't know. I haven't really studied up enough on the guy, but from what I do know, if he was a true believer at one point, I don't think he died that way. And let's see here. In terms of all the destructive cult characteristics, yeah, exactly like you said, they all line up. So I think that answers your question, so I think I'm just going to leave it at that.